Assalamualaikum everyone. I am Jamalia Adiong. So today I'll be discussing to you the Code of Ethics of the Teacher, Article 6, the teacher and the higher authorities in the Philippines. But before we proceed to our topic, let me give you first a brief explanation about the Code of Ethics of the Teacher. So what is the Code of Ethics of the Teacher? The Code of Ethics of the Teachers are the guidelines and ethical principles that govern a teacher in a relationship for the students, parents, and the community. Today, we will talk about the Article 6, the teacher and the higher authorities in the Philippines. So, knowing this article will be very helpful for us, especially tayong mga future teacher, kasi magagamit natin ito as a guide in order for us to be ready. Yes, section number 1, a teacher shall make it his duty to make an honest effort to understand and support the legitimate policies of the school and the administration, regardless of professional feeling or private opinion, and shall faithfully carry them out. As a teacher, we apply, or since you apply and want to be part of the school, you must always show your support to them even though you dislike their idea. So this section means kapag nag-apply ka sa isang institution or sa isang school, kailangan you should wholeheartedly accept the policies they given to you, or the policies that given, or the guidelines of the higher authorities. As a teacher, we're not only entitled to mold the student. Hindi lang natin sila gina-guide to be a better one, but also we are also entitled to have a understanding to hear and support whatever the school policies has. So as a teacher, kailangan din natin sundin, i-understand or supportahan yung mga policies na bigay ng school. Because whether you have personal issues or hindi mo gusto yung policies, or whether you're not okay with these policies, it still have to observe from you. Kailangan you wholeheartedly accepted it. This section 1, basically, there is a guideline that given to you by your superior. So, you should heartedly accept it. Kailangan, heartedly accepted mo siya. Kasi, regardless of your opinions, because at the end of the day, superior will always be your superior and you should always follow them. Kasi, if you are against a certain mandate or policies, so you as a teacher should have the effort to understand and support the policies of this school. Example, if there is a student that has a problem about his study, so as a teacher, you need to ask them faithfully. So what is the problem all about? Then you should support and understand every opinion, and you should faithfully carry them out. Section number 2, a teacher shall not make any false accusation or charges against superiors, especially under anonymity. However, if there are valid charges, he should present such as oath to competent authority. So as a teacher, we should avoid making a false accusation to other person. Kailangan tayong mga teacher, iwasan natin 'yan. Kasi hindi natin maiwasan na maka-encounter ng iba't ibang tao. Yung iba familiar sa atin, then yung iba naman hindi natin kakilala. So as a teacher, you should not quickly judgmental also. If you don't know the whole story, kapag halimbawa may gumawa ng pagkakamali, huwag mong agad-agad na husgahan. Kailangan alamin mo muna kung ano yung whole story. Kasi minsan di natin maiwasan na may mga tao talaga na hindi pa alam yung whole story, hinuhusgahan agad. So as a teacher, we should be professional. This section also means that we as a teacher, or this section means also that teacher shall not make any gossips. So kailangan iwasan nating magkalat ng maling accusation sa superior natin, sa katrabaho natin, or even sa school. Especially nowadays in admit of this social media, there are other instances na yung teacher nagpo-post sa social media about they hate their job, about how they hate their superior, their fellow teachers, or how they hate the school. And that is basically no. Hindi natin dapat gawin yan. Because you as a teacher, if you have concern about your fellow teacher, then kausapin mo ng maayos. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-post pa sa social media. So, kapag halimbawa, alam mo sa sarili mo na tama yung accusation mo, make sure that you provide a valid proof to support your accusation, and don't hide your identity, because how will they know, and don't hide your identity because how will they know that your accusation is valid? So, kailangan matapang ka na ipaglaban yung accusation mo kapag alam mo na tama talaga siya. So, another example, kapag halimbawa ay may estudyante ka na nangopya, then sinumbong sa'yo ng isang estudyante mo. Tapos sabi niya, For example, teacher, nangopya si A, si Mr. A. Then, ikaw na teacher, hindi pwede na agad-agad kang magagalit or maniniwala ka agad sa sinabi ng estudyante mo na nangopya si A. So, dapat, ang gawin mo, ask mo muna siya. Tanungin mo kung totoo ba yun. Kung totoo ba na nangopya yung bata. So, kapag na-proof mo na nangopya yung isang bata, so doon na papasok yung doon na papasok yung legal process of how to discipline the students. So, may mga policies din na binigay yung administration or the school about those students who cheat. So, kailangan alamin mo muna natin yung whole story bago tayo magbigay ng accusation. As a teacher, you are professional and educated person, and the students depend on you sometimes kasi as a teacher, ikaw din yung pangalawang magulang ng mga bata. So, kailangan lahat ng action mo, lahat yon mag-impact sa mga students. So, dapat you should be a good role model. Then, section number 3. A teacher shall transact all official business through channels except when reforms are advocated but are opposed by the immediate superior, in which case the teacher shall appeal directly to the appropriate higher authority. So, the basic steps in filing a compliant. So, if the teacher files a compliant, then it is just an academic matter. This will only be settled between the subject coordinators and the principal. But if it is really a serious matter, then that's the time where the compliant will pass up to the DepEd secretary. Section 3 states that any legal transaction should be in the name of the school through their own channel. You cannot use your own name and you cannot use your own platform in transacting any transaction. So if there is a further concern, a teacher shall directly appeal to a higher authority and not decide on their own. So as a teacher, kailangan lahat ng gagawin mo, ipaalam mo sa authorities, sa higher authorities. As a teacher, kailangan din maging masunurin tayo sa higher position, sa may higher nakakataas sa atin. So, kung may mga kailangan po tayong gawin, or kung may mga kailangan gawin, ipaalam natin agad sa nakakataas or sa higher authorities. So, sino ba yung nasa higher authorities like the principal, the dean, the chairperson, or the president, ganun. Kailangan you as a teacher have a formal way of how to inform your superior. A teacher must follow the rule in school or policies of school, but when the rule is done wrongly, the teacher has a right to ask help or seek advice to the higher authorities. Section number 4. A teacher, individually or as part of group, has a right to seek redress against injustice and discrimination, and to the extent possible, shall raise his grievances within democratic processes. So, in doing so, he shall avoid jeopardizing the interest and welfare of learners whose right to learn must be respected. So, this section 4 means that every teacher should be professional at all the times. So, kailangan lagi tayong professional. So, kapag pakiramdam mo na your right is not being addressed properly, or if your right is being trampled by the administration, so you have the right to complain. May karapatan kang mag-complain. Pero, lagi mong tatandaan na lahat ng complain ay may kaakibat na ebidensya. So, if you feel that there are a lot of injustices in the administration or sa school, so may karapatan kang mag-complain, pero kailangan, kung magko-complain ka man, gawin mo to in a manner that will not affect the welfare of your student. So, for example, your student is very competent in some contest. So, let's say na may estudyante ka na matalino, competitive, then siya dapat yung isasali sa contest. But the problem is, let's say na mahirap siya. Then di niya kayang afford yung mga kailangan sa contest na yun. So the administration or the school decided to choose another student na mas ma-afford niya yung expenses na kakailanganin sa contest. So, you as a teacher have the right to fight the rights of your students. Like yung hindi makatarungang treatment about your students. So, may karapatan kang ipaglaban yung estudyante mo. Then next, section number 5, a teacher has the right to invoke the principle that appointments, promotions, and transfer of teacher are made only on the basis of merit and need in the interest of the service. As a teacher, we should know our rights and our privileges. So everyone deserves a promotion. Especially kapag alam natin na we are deserving teacher. So every teacher have the right to transfer as well. So for example, kapag yung pinag-workan na-assign ka sa isang place na masyadong malayo sa province mo, you have the right to transfer. In the Philippines, there are a lot of cases for the superior to superior or certain administrators tends to favor promotion or the people they know or their relatives. Ito na yung may mga backer dyan na kapag relatives yung nasa higher authority, nag-ask sila ng promotion na kahit hindi naman talaga deserving. Kailangan iwasan din yan because we should always remember that promotion should always be based on merit. It should always based on passing all of your requirements, your teaching ability, and your performance as a teacher. Basis of merit means a person having required skills or qualification. So which means that promotion and transfer of teacher will all be based to the merit. Then section number 6, teacher who accepts a position assumes a contractual obligation to live up to his contract, assuming full knowledge of the employment terms and condition. So a teacher must have full knowledge of employment. So kailangan ikaw na teacher ka, be knowledgeable, and kailangan kabisado mo yung mga terms and condition ng isang teacher. Not just signing the paper without reading it properly. Hindi yung pumirma ka lang sa isang papel na hindi mo man lang alam kung ano yung nakapaloob doon kasi hindi mo binasa. So as a teacher, remember that knowledge is the best weapon we have. So we must be knowledgeable enough to those things you are responsible for. Then as a teacher also, you should know what you're getting to. Dapat alam mo yung responsibilities mo when there is a certain contract. So you should always read everything. Kailangan basahin mo ng maayos. Lahat mo siya babasahin from bottom to top. From top to bottom. Or then, a teacher should always know what is the contract all about. Then a teacher also, on the other hand, has the obligation to perform well and excel and teach to students. As a teacher, you should always be knowledgeable for everything because you are the good role model of your students. So, kailangan, kung gusto mong maging matalino lahat ng estudyante mo, kailangan ikaw na teacher, you are also knowledgeable for everything. I think that would be all. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum.